The Raiders' offense came out sharp against the Patriots, but now the question is, can they keep that momentum rolling? Monday night against the Chargers isn't just another game. It's a huge chance to show this team can grow, stack wins, and set the tone for the whole season. I'm breaking down exactly what worked on Sunday, how to build on it, and why this game is so much bigger than people think. What's up, Raiders fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Raiders. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Raiders. This Raiders team's strength is clearly the offense. And right out of the gate, you can see Chip Kelly's fingerprints on this group. Now, if you're thinking of the old Chip Kelly, Philly days, Oregon Ducks, warp speed football where they snap the ball every 15 seconds, that's not the guy calling plays here. He's evolved. His time at Ohio State showed he can slow things down, be efficient, and still rack up points. And you saw it Sunday. The Raiders didn't have a monster rushing day, but they didn't need to. Just the threat of the run opened up play action, and Geno Smith had himself a day. The numbers tell the story. The Raiders only ran for 58 yards total. Ashton Jeanty had 38 of those on 19 carries. Not great. But because he was out there, defenses had to respect the run, and play action crushed the Patriots. Geno went off for over 360 yards, spreading the ball all over the field. That's the formula moving forward. Live in 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, sometimes even 13 with 3, and hammer defenses with play action. Why does it work? Because of this roster. Brock Bowers and Michael Big Mike Mayer are weapons. They can block, they can run routes, they can line up anywhere. Ian Thomas brings extra muscle when you need to protect Geno. Defenses have no clue what's coming. Stack the box to stop the run. Boom. You get burned deep. Sit back in coverage. The Raiders run it right at you. And it's not just theory. You saw it Sunday. Mayer lined up like a fullback on short yardage plays. Sometimes he blocked for Jeanty. Sometimes he slipped out into the flat and picked up a huge 4th down. That's the kind of unpredictability that drives defenses crazy. And here's the thing. Jeanty doesn't have to run wild for this to work. He just has to exist as a threat. Once the run game does start clicking, play action will go from dangerous to downright lethal. Fans have been waiting for this. Last year, all offseason, we heard about 12 personnel, how Bowers and Mayer together were going to change everything. It never happened. This year, it has to be their bread and butter. It's versatile, it creates mismatches, and it lets Geno be at his absolute best. Kelly's old offenses were always top 10 in play-action usage, and you can see why. It slows down pass rushers, freezes linebackers, and opens windows for the quarterback. Sunday was proof. Even without a great run game, play-action worked. Imagine what happens when Jeanty and the O-line get rolling. Now, let's talk about the Chargers. This isn't going to be the same type of game. The Chargers also love 12 personnel. Against the Chiefs, they didn't run for 100 yards, but Justin Herbert carved Kansas City up through the air. He was averaging almost 10 yards every time he completed a pass. That's a first down on almost every throw. Harbaugh didn't force the run. He let Herbert rip it, and it worked. Monday night is going to feel like a chess match, 2 teams using similar concepts trying to manipulate the other defense. For the Raiders, starting fast is critical. Against New England, it took until the second half for everything to click. That can't happen on Monday night. From the very first snap, come out in 12 personnel, show your identity, and set the tone. Mix up the looks, bunch formations to free up receivers. Spread formations to isolate Bowers and Mayer one-on-one. If you do that, you keep the Chargers guessing and on their heels. This game isn't just another AFC West matchup. It's massive. Last season, the Raiders couldn't build on success. They'd play a good game, then take a step back the next week. This year, they started strong with a road win. Now, they need to show they can stack wins. If they come out flat at home, the narrative writes itself. Same old Raiders. But if they play clean, physical football for 4 quarters, even a close loss would show progress. A win, though, that would be a huge statement. 2-0 with a victory over a legit opponent, and suddenly everyone's paying attention. It's also about identity. The Raiders need to make the rest of the division prepare for their style of football. That means 12 personnel, play action, and a defense that plays smart and disciplined. No stupid penalties, no self-sabotage. Win on early downs so you don't live in 3rd and long. That's how you control the game and keep the home crowd loud. Speaking of the crowd, Allegiant Stadium is going to be electric. Early estimates say 86% of the fans in that stadium Monday night will be Raider Nation. The team called for a blackout, and Raider fans always deliver. That support matters. You can't go into Foxborough, beat the Patriots, and then come home and lay an egg in front of your own people. Not when they've got the place rocking like that. Defensively, this is a big test. Herbert looked different Friday against the Chiefs. You can tell he's tired of hearing he doesn't win big games. He was locked in. The Raiders' secondary has to step up. Guys like Q, Blue Kelly, and Eric Stokes need to be ready. Linebackers will have to be sharp, especially if Ilandon Roberts can't go. Isaiah Polamau made a huge interception last week. Can he do it again? Jeremy Chin needs to make plays too. The Chargers will attack you vertically and horizontally. If communication isn't perfect, they'll make you pay. If you want to win the game, you have to control penalties. Back in the day, unnecessary roughness was part of the Raiders' identity, and they could overcome it because their offense was dominant. Different era now. You can't hand teams 15 free yards and expect to win. JPJ has to play smarter. Keep that edge, play aggressive, but keep it between the whistles. Maxx Crosby went through this early in his career, and he figured it out. JPJ has to do the same. Now, as we are officially into the regular season, so debate about roster building is again heating up. This front office was focused on drafting and developing talent, not chasing big trades. They're not one player away yet, but there are a few spots that could take this team to the next level. A true CB1 who can lock up elite receivers, another pass rusher to take pressure off Maxx Crosby, and an interior lineman who can protect Geno and help the run game. If the team's in contention later in the year, maybe a smart targeted trade makes sense, but don't expect them to chase headlines just to make a splash. And finally, let's talk about Jakobi Meyers. He was a key player in the last victory, and fans are demanding the team to lock up Meyers with a long-term deal. And I agree. Meyers does everything right and fits perfectly in this offense. He should be mentally relaxed. Jakobi Meyers is playing on a base salary of about $10.5 million this year, and his contract runs out at the end of the season. Here's the thing. There's no guaranteed money left on his deal. So naturally, he wants a new contract that keeps him in Vegas long-term and gives him some financial security with guaranteed money. From the Raiders' perspective, you can see why they're a little hesitant to pull the trigger right now. We don't know the exact number Meyers is asking for. There are a lot of rumors out there, but it might be higher than what the team is comfortable paying. Part of the hesitation is about production. Outside of last year, when Meyers put up a career-high 1,000 yards on a really bad offense, he hasn't had that truly standout season yet. And honestly, those numbers felt a little empty because the team wasn't winning. But this year, completely different story. In week 1 alone, with a real quarterback and a better offensive system, he's already shown he can be just as productive, maybe even more. Meyers doesn't need to say a word. His play is doing all the talking. He's proving he deserves to get paid. The guy has worked his tail off. He's been reliable. And through all the ups and downs since he arrived in Vegas, he's stayed loyal to this team. Now it's up to the Raiders to decide how much they value that.